can, you might even want to invite in a little wiggle, maybe even a little shake. Sometimes I like to offer myself horse lips, a bit of a just helps to shake it all up a bit. I'd be like,
I
right.
do that a lot.
Yeah,
I do
even
that
like
a
some
lot.
like funny faces or a little
Yeah,
round of the jaw sometimes
yeah,
helps to release some tension in the face.
yeah. I do my face in the morning, like all funny faces.
Yeah. I've got a very clicky jaw, so I'm often like stretching, massaging, or clicking my jaw. Get that from my
Nice.
grandmother. All right, my love. So, a big warm welcome. A big warm welcome. Today, I am joined by the gorgeous Helen, and we're going to be leaning into your embodied business journey, the mentorship, which is very exciting.
Mhm.
It feels like it's been a gradual easing into this journey together over the past few weeks, the past month or so. And we're getting ready to start leaning in, or should I say, we actually have already started to lean into this beautiful new chapter together, which we're going to begin in this September, leaning in with our first theme next week. And just let me refresh my memory. I think it was 2 days ago now that we had our opening ceremony with the other gorgeous ladies in the mentorship. So, myself and Helen are just going to be having a beautiful little conversation today, just to really lay the foundations of where we're both arriving at the moment. Helen's going to tell us a little bit about where she's at, what inspired this next part of her journey, potentially in business, but also in life. You know, as part of our businesses being embodied businesses, it really gives us space to encompass all of us, the whole of our humanness, the whole of our womanhood, and how we can make space for all of that in our businesses and our heart-led visions. And so with that, my love, I'd love to, before we start leaning in, just ask, what are your comforts at the moment? Have you got a cup of tea with you? Have you got a blanket, a cushion?
Oh, I have my cup of peppermint tea.
Amazing.
I have got my green fluorite crystal with
Mm,
me and my
beautiful.
blanket, all
Love
literally
that.
wrapped around my bum.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love it. Gorgeous. I've got my ginger and lemon here. I'm loving my ginger and lemon.
Nice.
I have recently, my partner actually gifted me this. Now, I don't know what it is. I can't remember the name of it, but it's
Oh
gorgeous.
wow.
I
What is that?
need to remember. I'll ask him again today to find out the name of it, but it's so grounding. It's
Mm.
really heavy. So it's been bringing me a lot of comfort this past
Oh,
week,
amazing.
especially. So yes, it's lovely to know that we're supported by our gorgeous crystals
Yay.
here today and our nice cups of teas and blankets.
Mm. Mhm.
And yeah, to kickstart us off today, my love, I would love to give us both an opportunity to really sense, if I was being really honest with myself today, how am I arriving here in this space? And I'm more than happy to kickstart us off with that, if that feels good for you.
Mm.
Just an opportunity to sense if my humanness was welcome in this space. Because this is something that I feel really passionate about in embodied business is, oh my goodness, I don't know about you, Helen, but after so many years of telling myself, who do I need to be? What do I need to say? Oh my gosh, what if I make a mistake? Or like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't know the answer? Like all of these things that can come into our awareness, and for many years stood in my way of actually being visible. You know, they stopped me showing up, whether that was online or in person, because I put so much pressure on myself. And so this is why I love to ask this question. If I was being really honest, and if I gave myself permission to be human right now, you know, how might I be arriving in this space? And so I'll take a little moment just to check in with what's present for me today. And yeah, I'd invite yourself, Helen, and anyone else that might tune into this to really sense what's alive for you in this moment. If you were to give yourself a moment to take a breath, to lower down the gaze or close down the eyes, if you were to notice how you're feeling in your body, what you're sensing today, whether it's in your breath, your emotions, your thoughts, just noticing what's present there, whatever that may be. And as I feel into that, I can feel a little bit of like racing heart. I kind of took a few journeys up and down the stairs. Me and Helen had a little mini nourishment break, didn't we, my love?
Yeah.
And I took a few flights of stairs up and down to get myself a few snacks and a few refreshments and things like that. So I'm noticing my heart, yeah, that's kind of starting to settle a little bit. And yeah, I'm also noticing like a fullness. There's a real fullness in my belly, which I'm not surprised about because I am edging towards the end of my second trimester of pregnancy. So there's definitely a heaviness there, a bit of an achiness in my lower back. Um, and yeah, I guess like a bit of a heaviness in my lower body today, actually. Um, and I guess what else has been there today as I'm arriving, there's like the remnants of like excitement entering into this space. There's a real like giddiness and yeah, I can feel like this sense of like like in my upper body, like like we're getting started, we're leaning in. Which feels so beautiful because yesterday I was wiped out, Helen. I was in a very different place yesterday, and I felt like this new lease of life when I was in the shower today, and feeling all this creativity flowing through me. Um, but yeah, being really honest, the past couple of days have really been a reminder from my body. You know, there's been a lot of tiredness, a lot of like snuffeliness, feeling very nasally, lots of sneezing, scratchy nose, and my body just yearning for a bit of rest after a very exciting weekend delivering presentations and doing lots of things. But yeah, it was quite a full business weekend rather than a nourishing, restful one. So just feeling kind of that invitation from my body this week as well to slow down a bit. So that was my very long-winded answer to how am I arriving in this space.
I love your long-winded answers, Meg. I love
Um,
them.
we live for the tangents. So yeah, over to you, my love. If you were being really honest with yourself
Yeah.
in this moment, how are you arriving today in this moment?
Mm, mm. I'm definitely feeling the same excitement, but at the same time that it's a little bit nervous, a little bit of nervousness mixed in with the excitement.
Yeah.
Um, I'm feeling I'm feeling quite fresh and open to
Mm.
this new fresh start, this new beginning.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit tender as well in my heart.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, quite gentle there.
Mm.
I feel like I'm just dropping into the space now. I've had quite a busy morning.
Yeah.
I've been here, there, and everywhere this morning. The gym, taking my daughter to the orthodontist,
Right.
taking my car in for its breaks. Yeah, so it's been a bit hectic. So it's nice to sit here and have this conversation with this nice
Mm.
tea. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. I love when it all gets to exist. You
Yeah.
know, the excitement, the nervousness, the rushing around and the landing, like the tenderness, like it all gets to be there, which is so beautiful. So thank you for arriving as you are, my love. And yeah, as we lean into this conversation today, a big invitation for both of us, for anyone that might be tuning in, to just stay really connected and curious with how am I feeling in this moment or what am I needing in this moment? You know, so if myself or Helen decide that we really need a wee at some point, we'll give ourselves permission to head to the bathroom, have a little nourishment break. Or if we feel like, do you know what, I'm really peckish or I want a little top up of my tea, we'll take a little pause and we really invite anyone else to do the same as well and to get ourselves cozy, you know, to get your blankets, to get your cups of teas as we lean in. And so, yeah, to start us off, I would really love to explore this sense. And I guess for both of us, you know, as we lean into this new chapter, what was the inspiration? You know, I've shared a little bit about why I feel so passionate about embodied business and being human, you know, allowing ourselves to be human in our businesses rather than feeling like we have to present ourselves a certain way or prove something or be someone. how might it be to just allow ourselves to be as we are, and for that to not only be enough, but for that to be the medicine that the world is like yearning for. And so I would love to hear what comes up for you with that, my love, as you lean into this new chapter, this new embodied business mentorship that you so beautifully offered yourself. What was it that inspired this next chapter for you?
Mm. Um, as you know, Meg, I have been sat on this vision, this little seed, for quite a while. And just before I saw your post about this mentorship, I was really leaning into asking myself the question, um, how am I gonna make a start
Mm,
without getting bombarded with all the doing, and to stay aligned with my own devotion, my holistic lifestyle,
mm,
yeah, the way I live my life as a priestess, how I can balance these two things.
yeah.
And it just seemed like divine timing, perfectly aligned to where I was at that moment.
Yeah, love that. I love that. I'm so curious about your life as a priestess as well. If you were to share like a glimmer into the life of a priestess for a day, like what does that involve? Yeah, I would love to hear.
You know, it it's just it's living an embodied way, a way of love,
Yeah.
being one with nature,
Mm,
starting my day with ritual,
oh,
with
yeah.
taking the time out for me,
Mm,
as I move forward in the day.
yeah.
Um, yeah, there's lots, lots of different things
I love
that
that.
it
I've got full
involves.
body
Yeah.
tingles. Full body,
Sorry.
got full body tingles. Just like even that remembrance of like ritual and our
Mm.
connectedness with nature and coming back into harmony with that self-honoring throughout the day. It's so beautiful. And I feel like you are the living, breathing embodiment of all of these things because if you haven't already, head over to Helen's gorgeous page, which I'm sure there'll be lots more coming on this
Oh,
gorgeous page.
lots more.
So excited for that. But even in like the beautiful like things that you've shared so far, it's like wow, you can really sense that beautiful embodiment of everything that you feel so passionately about. And oozing through, that connection with nature and ritual and so gorgeous. So, with that, my love, over the coming months together, and as you arrive into this next chapter, what do you feel really inspired to embody more fully, perhaps?
To embody more of me, more of my essence, pulling through more of
Mm,
my inner wisdom and my
yeah,
confidence.
yeah,
So yeah, that's a big one. Opening up my voice more. Um,
yeah. I love that. So
yeah.
beautiful. It resonates. It resonates a lot. And for a lot of the women, I feel that are called to this journey and this type of work, it's a real desire to embody more of us in our essence. And I'm curious what the essence is for you. If someone was to say, when Helen is in her element, when she's like fully in her essence, what would that feel like? Would it feel playful? Would it feel
Mm.
liberated? Would it feel nourished? What is your essence?
I am often described as very fairy-esque, so
Yes,
yeah,
I love
I
that.
am very playful. It's funny, it's interesting you actually said playful because that is me.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, just just being, just compassionate towards myself and open,
Yeah.
opening to my heart.
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
I love that. Compassionate, opening. I love the word fairy-esque. I'm gonna weave that into my vocab. That's so beautiful. And I love that the reason I use the word playfulness, it's like it was right there in the space, which shows that like actually in your essence, it's just there. There's just that element of your essence that's like radiating from you, which is so gorgeous because we're gonna essentially, like they like to say in the somatic school, we're gonna savor that part of you. We're gonna magnify that part of you, so that get to be in more of your essence wherever you are, not just in work or in business, but in life, in relationships, in every aspect of you. So I'm so excited for that. And I'm curious for you, my love, if there were any hesitations before leaning into a chapter like this, because investing in yourself, your vision, your
Mm.
essence, your business, sometimes we can be faced with a lot of blocks or a lot of like hesitations. What was there for you, would you say?
Yeah, hesitate. To be honest, there was no hesitation with saying yes
Mm,
to this mentorship. I was like, fuck yes,
I love
I'm here.
Yeah.
Um, but there was these little doubts creeping in, like I'm not ready, I'm still not ready, I'm not learned enough, and
Yeah.
I still want to be in this study part of self, because I love to learn and to be um in my own experience sometimes, and to
Mm,
open up and share that with others. I can feel a lot of resistance to that.
right. Right. Yeah.
um but there's more part of me that's saying yes to exploring more of my gifts and to share
Mm.
that with the world. Yeah.
I love that. And I
Mm.
love that you really listened to that. There was like that hell yes. Like I'm all in. I remember that energy. I was like, woo, she is all in.
Yeah,
So
where do
she's
you sign me up?
waiting.
I'm there.
Am I right in saying, my love, were you just before like the mentorship and before you got in touch, was there this sense of like desiring some kind of mentor or mentorship?
Yeah, I think I was calling you in. I was definitely calling you in. Where is my
Manifestation
mentor?
at its finest.
Yeah, in my yeah, in my meditations, in asking goddess to receive what I need to know. There was a lot, this mentorship is coming through for you right now.
Mhm.
This is where you need to be.
Yeah,
I need that accountability, and
yeah.
that, yeah, that holding, and to know
Mhm.
that I'm in that space as well, with especially with it being a group mentorship as well as the one-to-one, that
Yeah,
there's all these like-minded medicine women all coming together, because we
yeah,
don't do this work alone. We're not
yeah.
here to do it alone. We should be together in our tribes.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my love. Absolutely. I loved that because, like you said, it's like you could really sense. I remember our discovery call, you could really sense that if you were going into this, you wanted to go in all in. And so it
Yeah.
was like, I want the group, I want the one-to-one, I'm fully
Yeah.
in, which was so beautiful. And it's so gorgeous to see so many women on this wave taking that same approach of like, do you know what? If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in.
Mm.
And really offering themselves the one-to-one and the group hybrid to really support the depth of this journey that we'll go on together. And I love what you shared in the intro, which is what we were just touching on, and that sense of togetherness of like we each have so much medicine, and that beautiful essence that you shared of like we're all reminding ourselves of our medicine. We're all
Yeah.
reflecting it back to one another.
Mm.
And that beautiful accountability piece that you've mentioned, which so many of us, especially when we're in our flowy feminine, and
Mm.
it's like we might have lived a very, like, if you're anything like me, highly driven, masculine structure, like keep going, keep pushing to the point of burnout. And then I flipped so far to the other side, being so in my feminine, which was beautiful, but I wasn't getting anything done. I wasn't creating any forward momentum with my vision. I was kind of just stagnant, um, which, yeah, really wasn't serving my feminine or my masculine.
That is where I'm at now. I love to be in my feminine so much so that I
Yeah,
forget to do. I
yeah.
forget to do time.
I so hear you, man. I so hear you. And I love that you're offering yourself this accountability, this community, this inspiration from other medicine women, and those deeper dives on this mentorship, which will go on with our beautiful deeper dive embodied journeys as well. And with that, I'm curious if there were any edges, if there were any edges that you feel you're going to meet on this journey, whether that's in the community space, whether it's in your one-to-one journey, your business, where might your edge be, do you feel?
Oh, for veggies. Um, Definitely getting myself on a live.
Yeah.
visibility.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just this posting more, showing more of me. Yeah. Um, like I said before, this um I do struggle with my voice,
Mm,
and taking up that space. Can
mm,
I take up that space? You know, do people want to hear what I've got to say? Am I the expert? And that is definitely an edge to be there
yeah.
in, you know, in my expertise, as
Yeah.
it were, in my experience,
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
showcase that. Yeah.
I love that. And how courageous for you to lean in anyway when you're like, this is going to be an edge, but I'm going to lean in.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And I remember that feeling, that fire from you, like that tenderness around this is going to be an edge, but then this fire of like, I've held myself back for long enough. I'm ready to lean in. And I'm curious, obviously, recently you shared your beautiful introduction with the gorgeous other medicine filled women inside our mentorship. And how did that feel to take up that space and introduce yourself?
You know, afterwards I felt so empowered and so proud of myself. I literally like celebrated myself with a dance. I actually went round to my sister's having tea and I would not shut up. She was like, what's going on with you? And then this happened, then this happened. And she's like, wow.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah.
Wow. It just goes to show, doesn't it, when we
Yeah.
give space to more of ourselves to emerge, when we support ourselves. And as we were mentioning before, it's not always an easy process, is it? I know I reflected back to you that when I first started recording videos or sharing things, it was like 50 plus takes, or I would record things and re-record them, doubt myself. And sometimes it takes a lot of our self-devotion and self-nurture to get to that point where we can actually trust ourselves and click send, you know? And so the fact that you ladies are leaning in so openly already, so vulnerably, so courageously, if we don't feel like comfortable sharing it first time, we're not letting that put us off. We're leaning back in and we're choosing to send it again. So this is a real excited edge that you're meeting by the sounds of it. And it feels like actually like you're already meeting it, being here today. You're already meeting the edge, and we've got our first Instagram live coming up in the
We
next month
have.
or so. How's all that feeling? The fact that you've only just started and you're already meeting your edge in these ways.
You know, for the first time there was excitement there without the fear overtaking that excitement, because
Mm,
they're very similar, if not same energy, aren't they?
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
Yes. I love this.
Mm.
And I love that you came back to the heart then. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
actually. And isn't that interesting? Sometimes that can feel like a new experience. Like, oh, I'm actually enjoying this like edge, or like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually leaning in and actually it feels good as well at times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what I want to bring more in, just to
Mm,
enjoy this experience
yeah,
without,
yeah.
yeah, constantly jumping back into those old parts of self that, you know,
Mm,
feel that they can't do it when that, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And that's what we'll be cultivating a lot of. It's what I love to invite in any of the journeys that we go on together is how can we return to nourishment so that we can really cultivate safety within our bodies, within our nervous systems, our hearts, and how can we then start to create more space from that place of safety, which can take time? How can we then start to cultivate more ease and more
Mm.
joy and more pleasure from that place, you know? So I'm a big advocate for nourishment, as you know, my love, and cannot wait to lean in. And I loved hearing how you're going to meet yourself in these different layers as well. Could really hear there's this openness in your heart. There's this desire to meet yourself with compassion. Does that feel like the main thread for you in terms of when you're meeting this edge and part of you wants to run in the other direction?
Yeah, to meet myself exactly as I am, all the parts of me,
Mm,
you know, all of me is welcome.
love that.
Yeah, and all the messiness and the crap.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Let's give space to the messiness, the crap, the wild, the
Yeah.
numbness, the imperfection. Oh,
Yeah.
so liberating.
Mm.
And can I just add with that, I'm just so grateful that you are so local as well. Because
Yes, I'm a Berry girl.
I literally, I live, I say I live, I connect. I live online a lot of the time, so I connect with women from all over the world. And to me, a local berry lass is like, oh,
Yay.
dude. So beautiful because I love nothing more than being able to connect in person at times as well. And we have ladies, you know, we've got our upcoming Embodied Medicine Women Day retreat coming up
Oh,
as
so
well.
excited for that.
So
So
exciting. And all of
excited.
the women on the mentorship, like all of us, are going to be there on that day. I think that all 7 of us are going to be there and other women joining us on the day. And some of them are coming up from way down south. Some of them are coming away from kind of over towards the west of the country. And so it's so beautiful that we can still come together in these ways. And wow, what a day. What a day that's going to be, my love. And with that, as we start to wrap up this beautiful conversation today, I would love to get a sense of in 3 months' time, you know, kind of as we flow through September, October, November, moving into December,
Mm.
how would you love to feel towards throughout that process? And as we're arriving in December, how would you love to feel within yourself?
Oh, I'd love to feel radiant. I would love to feel that I'm moving to what I feel my success is.
Yeah.
Um, just being in my authenticity.
Mm,
Because as soon as all my masks disappear, this is when I shine through. So yeah. Mm.
oh, I got full body tingles when you said that. When we take down those masks, not always easy, but how beautiful when we can give ourselves permission. Because let's face it, some of us have been carrying those masks for a very long time. And, you know, I could sit here today feeling like, oh, this is so beautiful. And then I could walk into an office space tomorrow, find myself putting a mask on again, you know, and it just comes back up like that. And it's like, oh, it's like an ongoing daily practice. It's an ongoing devotion, you know, for us as embodied women. It's like, how do we keep returning, keep remembering our core essence, our medicine, our wisdom? So I love that you're really cultivating these spaces to embody more of that. And you mentioned a little bit about success, which might tie into a little bit around what would you love to see for yourself and your vision in the coming months? What?
Yeah, I'd like my offering to be out there. Um, website posting, having some clients. Yeah, things just flowing, but at a really nice steady pace that works for me. No rushing ahead, you know.
Yeah.
Because I have been in that place before and I've completely lost myself. That I've lost my essence in that. I've just gone too heady and yeah.
Yeah, so relate. I so relate.
Mm,
I think a lot of the women who are drawn to this mentorship can relate to that deep desire to slow things down and
mm,
to really nourish our foundations and
yeah.
to see the value in that rather than trying to always rush ahead or trying to create this fast growth in our businesses that lasts maybe a month or 2 months. For me, I feel really passionate about devoting ourselves to embodying our visions in a way that our businesses become sustainable for a
Mm,
lifestyle, you know, not just for the now, but for the years to come. And with that, my love, I guess, yeah, it'd be helpful to know what feels different about this mentorship compared to like potentially other business explorations. What feels different, would you say?
yeah, there was a lot of it was very masculine orientated, and a lot of the time I just wanted to really plug into the great mother and listen to my own wisdom, and before I knew it we were asked to there was just a lot of do's and I felt rushed and it was just too much, and this big there was a lot of magnification on is that a word magnification
I feel like it is, and if it isn't, it is now.
on yeah, on big 10K months, and
Yeah.
this is this, and it was just too overwhelming. My like energetic set point just wasn't there.
Mm.
And yeah, it got too overwhelming. Too
Mm,
overwhelming.
gosh, that
Yeah.
resonates so
And
deeply.
yeah, and that was 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
that's why I've been sat on this vision a long time. But I feel I've done so much growth, and I have a better understanding of myself. And the time is now, and it's in the right space. And yeah,
I
I'm
love that. So excited for you, my love. So excited. And yeah, as you're leaning into this and as you're really aligning back to what's important for you, that slower pace, that space where the feminine can be there, but that connection with nature, the great mother, this priestess energy that you spoke of, what would you say? What would you say is your biggest devotion for you right now? Recognizing it might be different tomorrow, what do you feel really devoted to in your heart right now?
to be in full service to God, to
Mm,
Goddess,
mm, mm.
yeah, to myself, to just really stay true to me.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. I
yeah.
love that. And if you were to sense where staying true to you is felt in your
Mm.
body in this moment, if you can sense that at all, whether it's your feet, your hips, your heart, your voice.
I feel it in my flame, so I feel it in my womb, I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my mind space.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mm.
Woo! I can feel it. I can feel it too, my love. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Well, I could stay here and chat to you all day long, my love. This is such a nourishing conversation. And to wrap up, I would love to hear what we're both embracing in this moment, on this afternoon. What are we embracing for ourselves? And potentially the wider embrace of what are we ready to embrace in this new chapter? And so for me, I feel like right now, I feel like I'm embracing flow in this moment. It feels like we just flowed through that. So I feel like I'm embracing like this like flow of energy that I can feel moving through me. And for the next chapter, whoo, do you know, there's like this yeah, there's almost like this wanting to embrace the preparation for the third trimester, the slower season of autumn and winter, nourishing meals, slowing down. And also, there's this fire within me, my love. There's a fire. And she's like, she's
Yes.
wanting like this Kali energy or like Isis, like rebirth energy. And she's wanting to reclaim like her
Mm.
sensuality, and she's wanting to reclaim her voice and her passions and all of her colors. And yeah, there's just so much fire there as well. So I'm like in this like watery, fiery, earthy, airy place, all of the elements. What would you say you're embracing this afternoon and then in this next chapter?
I think I'm the same as you with the flow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've embraced the flow, because we were having a conversation before about this, and I was a bit uncertain with not knowing what you were gonna ask me. I was a bit so really embracing, yeah, that flow. And as we move forward, just embracing it's okay to get things wrong,
Yes.
my messiness. And again, very similar to you about the reclamation of self, my passion, fire, sensuality. Yes to that.
Yes, yes.
Yes to that. When you were talking about that, oh, my whole body. Yes.
I love that. So beautiful. And I love like, yeah, for me at the moment, my embodied yes feels like this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what yours feels like, my
Oh,
love.
yeah. It's
Sometimes
bigger. It's bigger. It's huge.
I love it. Love it. Sometimes it's like a subtle yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, yes. So I love that we're creating space for all of this, the mistakes, the messiness, not having to get everything right, our humanness, our tenderness, but also our fire, our passion, our full-bodied yeses. I'm just so excited, my love. So excited. And all the claps, all the
Yeah.
excited claps we were talking about before. So I'm so excited to see what comes for you on this journey and what evolves for you individually and collectively as a handful of medicine-filled women. There's such potency. I saw it in the previous chapter where we began and then what emerged for the women individually and collectively as a group. And it feels so exciting now as a group of seven that there's just so much medicine in that space. And there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, and everything in between. We're going to embrace it all on this journey. We're going to embrace all of the different seasons of us, of each other, of this next chapter. And who knows, my love? Who knows where we will be come December? Let's see. All right, my love. How does that feel to leave that there? If you were to leave with a sense of, I'm leaving here with, what might that be?
I'm leaving here with excitement, love, and a little bit of anticipation.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of this beautiful sense of like, anticipation that wants to come through that, like you said before, it's like almost a sense of the fear, the excitement, the anticipation. Sometimes it's all in the cauldron. And it's so natural, isn't it, when we lean into something new? And yeah, I would be curious to see how you might meet yourself there as we lean into these new chapters, these new beginnings, how we can continue to support ourselves, as we lean in. And what would you say within that feels really so like nourishing and nurturing for you when that anticipation rises? How do you meet that part of yourself?
Just that that's okay. That anticipation, it can be there.
Yeah, I
It
love.
can completely be there.
Oh, it can be
Yeah.
there. It can be there. Powerful when we can meet all of our different parts with that sense that it's okay for you to be here. You can come along on the journey with me.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, my love. Well, thank you so much for this gorgeous conversation today.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
gonna wrap up for now. What an absolute treat this has been. I've absolutely loved it, and yeah, just so excited to see what's to come. And for anyone that might be tuning in, if you are interested in following Helen's page, my page, Helen, where's best to find you? Where's best to stay in the loop over the coming months?
Probably Instagram. I'm
Beautiful.
actually Shakti Healing Temple, which is currently about to change to Rose Healing Temple. So, yeah,
We were just listening to Rose, the song as well, as we
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful.
It seems more fitting
Yeah,
for the container
love.
that the women will be in with me. So,
Gorgeous,
yeah.
powerful, feels beautifully tender and powerful all at the same time. And yeah, I'll be sharing lots more on my page, Meg underscore embodiment underscore coach. And yeah, you'll be able to connect with all the ladies on there as well over the coming months. And if anyone is interested in finding out more about working with Helen, working with me, exploring the mentorship, and keeping up to date with Helen's gorgeous creations and offerings, just reach out to us, my loves, and it would be gorgeous to connect and to hear what's felt alive for you as you've been receiving this gorgeous conversation today, whatever that may be. And for now, we'll send you lots of love. We're going to pause the recording there. And yeah, we hope to see you very soon. All right, my love, see you soon.